Hello, today I want to talk to you about something I have recently learned from Thich Nhat Hanh. It is basically Buddhist principles of 10 fetters that prevent us from living a happier life and a more harmonious life. Um, First of all, I want to mention about one thing that to me, I think to many people, harmony is the most important thing, and happiness is harmony. Without harmony, you can't have happiness. Harmony means being in harmony with each other and with the rest of the universe, basically with nature, with animals, with all forms of life. And to have harmony, we need to live naturally, uh, close to nature. If we are living in cities, uh, this is living away from nature. It is crowded, unnaturally crowded, and it is difficult to be in touch with nature and with also our uh, human nature. So we must live as natural as possible. That's why, for example, eating a whole foods plant-based diet is the best for humans, because that's our natural diet, let alone the cruelty and the destruction to animals and the earth that the consumption of animal products brings. Um, Another one is we shouldn't be taking the values of the technological civilization too seriously. This is, of course, again, everything comes down to living in harmony, and harmony means living naturally. Um, those values might be the values of corporations, the values of companies, governments, um, the organizations that depend on technological civilization, and people who are living in such organizations also have usually polluted views of the world that can also traumatize you and pollute your own mind. Um, Once your mind is polluted, because we don't have a choice when we born into life, we don't choose where to be born, and we can very likely, as if you are born as a human, it's very likely that you have been born into a place that was very polluted and disharmonious, because many of humans today depend on technology and technological civilization, industrial civilization, um, and that's why they are heavily traumatized, and even if they don't consciously recognize it, they know something is wrong deep down in their hearts, but they can't put it into words or explain why that is. But um, that's because of drifting away from the harmony of nature. And once our minds are polluted, especially as when we are children, we are more vulnerable. We grow up to be traumatized individuals, and we try to find happiness back, harmony back, and we don't know where to start. So Buddhism and Asian philosophies, Zen philosophy, etc., um, give solutions to that to some extent. They say live here and now. Basically, it says the more correct term is don't live in your head, in your mind, because as I have mentioned, our minds are polluted by the technological civilization, and if we keep living in our minds, that means that we are living the traumas over and over again, going into the one-way streets that doesn't lead to anything but confusion and not to resolution, not to harmonies. And so, um, to do this, to be able to not live in our minds and perpetuate these negative cycles, negative habits, we must be mindful of our thoughts, actions, and feelings. Also, what we speak. With this kind of mindfulness and self-discipline to apply these positive habits, we can live here and now and replace the bad thoughts, basically heal the traumas, replace the bad thoughts with the good thoughts and feelings. So what we should observe are the bad thoughts, and the bad feelings. And the Buddhist teaching tells us 10 of them. In general, they are all connected to each other, but we can mention them quickly here. So the first of the 10 fetters is craving. Basically, this is wanting things that you don't need for your integrity, wanting unnatural things such as addiction, material addiction, money, chasing materials, big house, cars, etc. Drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, wanting to be with many partners, such type of addictions bring you suffering. So cravings basically prevent you from being happy, content here and now. And the technological civilization is basically depend on these type of cravings. We need to want. The technological civilization wants us to want more and more. That's why the advertisement industry is spending billions of dollars on it. So we crave more, we become hungry souls that cannot be satisfied and drifting away from harmony, and our cravings never lead to happiness, true happiness and peace. So we must be careful about our cravings, and with self-discipline we should avoid them. It takes habit. Second is anger. So what you can establish with anger, you can as well establish with compassion, and even you can do it better because they go together. You are compassionate about something, and that's why when it fails you get angry. When you want to protect something and it's not being protected, you feel angry. So they go together, and you can establish something with compassion without feeling angry. Instead of anger, choose compassion, and you can establish the same thing, even with better outcomes. Third is ignorance. So let's say you have compassion and you want to do good. How to do good? If you are ignorant, if you don't know how to behave, what to do, what is the right action, then you can't be doing the right things. Let's say, as they say, the monkey said to the fish, "Let me help you," and put the fish on the tree. That is because of the monkey's ignorance, and we need to avoid such type of ignorances. And fourth is complexes, superiority, inferiority, and equality complexes. So constantly comparing yourself with others can lead to suffering. So avoid that. You should already confident enough that you will do the right thing, you will improve, etc. No need to compare yourself, just do the right thing. And 5 is doubt, and it is the doubt of harmonies. Doubt that you can do good, doubt that Mother Nature is not here to take care of us, doubt that you can heal. Basically, Mother Nature harmonies form because it has the potential. Life evolved, life exists because it has the potential to heal. And doubting this will bring you unhappiness, but of doubting, not doubting doesn't mean that you should stay close-minded. You can doubt bad habits, let's say eating animal products, such as cravings, which is eating animal products is one of those cravings. Is it something good or bad? You can doubt it, and if you are not vegan, you can doubt that this might be wrong and then go in the right direction. So there is nothing wrong with doubting in the right direction, right? Although it causes momentary stress in yourself, it will eventually lead to less suffering overall. And the sixth, we can categorize as wrong views, such as body is self. So I'm contained in my body and nowhere else. And nowhere else in space or nowhere else in time, in the past, in the future. Actually, our essence will always exist, and our essence is everywhere, and we depend. We are just part of the whole life. As they say, without the trees, we can't exist as humans, and the trees depend on our carbon dioxide to exist, that we breathe out, and we depend their oxygen. So we need to realize that our bodies, ourselves are not limited to our bodies. And another one, wrong view, is the extremes, basically believing in extremes. This comes from yin and yang principle. If there is good, you need to expect some bad as well. You can't just wish that everything was perfect and everything was good without anything wrong, and you will be very disappointed and suffer all the time. You need to be neutral in your understanding, and especially in human societies where there is so much imbalance due to technological civilization, so much trauma going on, you can expect more bad than good even. So you need to be balanced and realistic. And attachment to views is another one. If you attach to a view, as we learn, we always improve, our minds always change, and if you stuck in a point of view, it can cause you suffering because you are not open to more correct ways of understanding. And perverted views can also cause suffering. Again, this is connected to ignorance and misunderstanding of the reality, such as Thich Nhat Hanh mentions that if you believe that there is no cause and effect, or if there is no karma, that you can just do anything and the bad things don't come to you back, don't come back to you. If you believe in such unrealistic things, also you can cause suffering of yourself and eventually others, and this cycle goes on. And the last one is the attachment to taboos and rituals. I will say ritual, they are again unquestioned habits, bad habits, might be, let's say, unnatural things usually. Eating animal products, again, might be such a ritual that you just believe that doing this will lead to something good, happiness, but actually it leads to more suffering of yourself and others. Animal products cause lots of suffering of animals, of humans, by health, and also by creating unhealthy society that can kill very easily, and uncaring, incompassionate societies, and also destroying the nature. So avoiding these unhealthy attachments by critical thinking is also important, and you need to apply these principles in a very mindful way, so you can heal your mind, yourself, and when you heal as a part of the universe, you can heal the rest. And I hope you can apply these things in your life and think about these things in your life, and be more harmonious.